And I want to just explain quickly that it was in selecting the 600 of you, of the 2,000 who applied. It was not just a function of qualification, because everybody qualified, because there was a strict criteria that was outlined. It was also a function of the gap analysis that we have done in public health, looking at the numbers that we have in particular fields, looking at the numbers that we need now and in the future. And it was based on that we selected the persons that were selected. Because remember, I hope you know, you're going to sign a document that you're working with us after you finish studying. You're not go foreign or anywhere else. And I know you know that because that was explained to you, right? But I make the point, Prime Minister, to say that this is a developmental process. Okay, the PS did what he did, and I'll just follow on from that, and I'm sure the PM will do the same. This process is intended to strengthen public health to serve the people of Jamaica. And we were very careful to identify persons who had the passion, demonstrated the commitment, and had the competence and capacity, and were studying in fields that would fill the gaps that exist in public health. And that's the objective of this scholarship, and that's why you were chosen. So that, I think, is very important to be very clear. I want to say a couple of other things, and I'm only going to be 5 minutes. The PM is a guest speaker. This process represents another plank in the modernization and upgrading of public health. Since this government assumed office 8 years ago, and I happen to be, for good or bad, the Minister of Health during that time, we have had to rethink what the approach to public health. And it's clear that there were many gaps. It's clear that there were shortages in the system, right across the board. That modernization and upgrading has several planks. Firstly, we're spending more money than ever before to upgrade health infrastructure, meaning hospitals and health centers, over 300 million, never before since independence. Spanish Town Hospital, the University Hospital, Western Child and Adolescent, Cornwall Regional, and I could go on, and more to come. Secondly, we are digitizing patient records. Never before happened. The first in the Caribbean. Maypen is fully digitized. Spanish Town is coming online in another few weeks. Actually, it's online. We're officially opening that, launching that in another few weeks. Number of other health centers are coming online. It means one patient, one record. Whether you're in a health center or a hospital, that record is transmitted electronically. Doctors bring it up on the computer. They know exactly what the problem is, what your history is, treat you in a much more efficient way. Never before happened. Part of the upgrading. Thirdly, we have gone into, for the first time, the leasing of diagnostic equipment. Why? Because in the past, when we bought these things, we couldn't service them. And the first little problem, they end up in a corner. And so what we are doing now is leasing, and in another month or so, we will announce the successful bidder out of a public tender process, who will now provide the CT scans and the MRI machines in the hospital and be responsible to service them, and when they would have completed their useful life, we'll replace them. That will give greater efficiency of service. Fourthly, I'm giving you planks of the upgrading and modernization. The fourth one is the compensation review and the right sizing of the labor force. Not only have we reviewed compensation, which is still ongoing, but we have also added more permanent posts so that the people can man the system. Over 1,200 new doctors, over 1,500 nurses, and I could go on and on in all the categories. And therefore, people have security of tenure and can therefore plan their lives better, have better satisfaction at the work, and provide greater care. That's critical. And the fifth one is the upgrading of our primary healthcare system as a critical part of our prevention strategy. The life stage approach, more doctors and nurses, more services being offered in the community. All this, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, combined represents the greatest attempt at upgrading and modernizing our healthcare system since independence. And I challenge anybody to challenge me on that. I won't allow the Prime Minister to defend it. I will defend it. And that came out of a commitment that we made when we started. I want to make 2 other quick points and sit. And this is aimed at you, the awardees. The biggest challenge we face in public health, and one of the reasons why this fund was established, is to convert modernization and upgrading to transformation. There's a difference. Having new equipment and new hospitals and the same attitude towards how we treat patients and administer patient care is a waste of new equipment and new infrastructure. And so the real challenge that we face now is how do we change the mindset of the people to administer care with compassion, with empathy, with understanding, and in a more efficient way, using the tools that we have to do the job. This is where it starts. It starts with you who are the new players, or maybe the original players who are getting an opportunity to study, to enhance and upgrade yourselves. I've been going around talking to interns with the same message. We now must embark on a transformational process, a changing of the mindset to administer care with compassion. And it starts here. So this scholarship is intended to encourage you to do that. I challenge you today, take this as an opportunity by the taxpayers of Jamaica to go out there and to learn, to broaden your horizon, but to do things differently for the better of those we serve. You're going to get better job satisfaction from what we're doing and for doing what you need to do. I made the last point, and in making that point, I'm going to invite Joey and Dr. Teddy Barks to come on the stage, and I'll only be 2 minutes with him. Come on, Joey, and those of you who know about our animal assistant therapy program will know who Teddy Barks is. Anybody knows Teddy Barks? All right. Come on, Joey, just come up on the stage here. And I'm bringing him up to make a point. This is a part of the family of public health. This is Dr. Teddy Barks. Joey is his keeper. Joey manages the Hope Zoo. And Teddy Barks is based at the Bustamante Hospital for Children. And we thought he would be a really interesting guest here today. Now, why do I bring Teddy up here? I want to make a point to the graduates, to the awardees. This first in Jamaica, this animal, this health family, brings more joy to both patients and staff at the Bustamante Hospital for Children than, and I'm not dissing the clinicians, than any of the clinicians who are there. The clinicians clearly serve an important purpose. This member of our family brings emotional contentment. You need to go there on a Thursday. Is it Thursday? When he does his ward rounds, when the doctors and the nurse come out, and by the way, golden retriever, and I have his brother, and he's therapeutic for me. He's my personal, he's a golden retriever. I'm making a point that therapy doesn't start on a prescription pad. It doesn't start with the medication on the operating theater. It starts with the attitude and the warmness and the compassion and the empathy. Teddy, Dr. Barks, brings more joy more often than not than any other at Bustamante Hospital for Children. And not just for patients, but for staff. So I make the point to you awardees. As you study, as you acquire the technical competence through this scholarship, please carve out a little space in what you do for understanding the importance of therapy through compassion, because that is what will become the transforming agent of public health. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Leave it to our Minister of Health and Wellness, right? Give him another big hand, please. That's why we do what we do in public health. Thank you so much, Minister, for your leadership. And as you can see, he's ready to move again, right? He's ready to move, and we are on the go. All right, so now we're going to break. We're not really break, but we're continuing our program, and we're going to enjoy a performance from the Ashe Company. You saw them earlier. They are a social enterprise organization that survives and thrives on a dedicated balance between theater, performance, and social work. Please welcome the Ashe Company. You got everything there, right? We're filled for the weekend. One more time for the Ashley Company. And at this time, it is my distinct pleasure to invite our Prime Minister to give us his keynote address. Please welcome the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Good morning, everyone. What an impressive group. I agree with Minister Tufton that I would have liked to see this group in another place. But your assembly here this morning is indeed impressive. And as Minister Tufton pointed out, it's standing room only. I would make another comment that in arriving here, I noticed a very long line of motor vehicles parked along the roadside. And that does say something about the health sector. Minister, Permanent Secretary, Theodore Roosevelt, former President of the United States, once said, "The best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done, and the self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they do what it is they have to do." And as I reflected on that statement, I thought of myself. I selected Minister Tufton as the Minister of Health, and he has done an amazing job. And the Permanent Secretary doesn't know the entire story behind his selection. And he did serve as a director under our late Minister of Labour and Social Security, Shahini Robinson. And she was very impressed with his service. Now, the Permanent Secretary and myself, we go back some ways, but we're not close in those days. We were in school together. Indeed, we were in a master's class together. So I knew him from then and his capabilities. And when it became time for consideration of the next crop of Permanent Secretary, he came highly recommended by the Cabinet Secretary at the time. And when it became time to select where we should place him, our dear former Minister late Shahini Robinson, really wanted him to be the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. But there was just something in me that said, we need to reinforce health. Because at that time, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health was leaving as well. And so I made a decision to put you in health, to direct your efforts there. And I thought it was a good decision because shortly thereafter, there came COVID. And I believe the Minister, the Permanent Secretary, the Chief Medical Officer, and the entire team at the Ministry of Health all worked very hard to keep Jamaica safe during that period of time. And I want to publicly commend the team at the Ministry of Health. There are some ministries that you have to pay close attention to. The Ministry of Health is not one of them. I leave it really up to the minister and his team because they are very responsive. They set their plans. We support, but we know that there is a very high level of competence in the ministry. And so I just thought I would share that with this group to say that, you know, Jamaica has great talent. Because we have great talent, we have exported talent to the world. I give you, maybe it's inappropriate to make this reference, but whatever. I visited the United States a couple of years ago to meet with the Vice President of the United States, and we were talking about the relationship between Jamaica and the United States, and I made the point that Jamaica is a net exporter of talent. And of course, she was sitting across the table from me, and then she proceeded to respond, and then she realized the effect of the statement, that yes, she has Jamaican connections. And we have continually done that. Export talent to the world. We are exporting our Minister of Finance. And international bodies actually lobby me quite regularly, asking me if I were to tap one of your ministers for a position, what would be your thoughts? And we have had other ministers being asked, maybe not convenient at the time. So Jamaican talent is being observed and demanded right across the world. And because we have a deep talent pool, you know, sometimes the talent we have decides that maybe it's time I go and do something else. And so I'm paying close attention that our permanent secretary is going off to further strengthen his capabilities. And I wish you all the best as you take study leave. So the next time that we see you in an official capacity, it will be Dr. Permanent Secretary. You know, study to show thyself approved. Keep upgrading yourself. Keep current. Study because you want better pay. Yes? Yes? But study because you want to give better service. How about that one? Study because you want to get more knowledge. How about that one? Yeah, so I too, whilst I'm in this job, recognize that I have to keep studying and keep on the edge of information, the cutting edge of information, if I'm going to be able to give the best service. So, in a sense, permanent secretary, I wasn't able to take study leave, but I studied while I worked. And yes, I have gone on to do some doctoral studies as well. Yes, so more on that anon. I want to acknowledge our special guest, Mrs. Yvonne Wint. Please acknowledge her. And of course, you, the awardees of the Dr. Barry Wint Memorial Scholarship Program. It is a profound honor to be here today. This scholarship program is named in memory of a man who dedicated his life to the advancement of healthcare. At the age of 40, Dr. Wint was appointed Chief Medical Officer, becoming the youngest person ever to hold this position. His career in health spanned 30 years, during which he made significant contributions to the development of Jamaica's healthcare system. We are gathered to honor the legacy of this servant, this great servant. We also celebrate the accomplishments of our scholarship recipients and, by extension, the dedication of our healthcare workers across the island. Today, I speak to both the seasoned healthcare professionals who continue to serve with dedication and the young upcoming professionals who are about to embark on this noble journey. It is crucial that we understand the challenges of our healthcare system, and these challenges we have faced for many years. But it is also important to understand what we are doing to correct them. Your role, whether in practice or as students, is vital in driving the transformation needed to build a stronger, more resilient health system. When this administration assumed office in 2016, Jamaica's healthcare system faced numerous challenges. Decades of underinvestment had left our hospitals and health centers in a state of disrepair. Our healthcare professionals overworked and under-resourced, and our citizens struggling to access the care they deserved. It was clear that urgent action was needed to reverse the years of neglect and build a healthcare system capable of meeting the needs of every Jamaican. Our government, your government, embarked on a mission to transform healthcare in Jamaica. We understood that the issues plaguing the health sector were the result of systemic challenges and neglect that had accumulated over the past 40 years. However, we also knew that with strategic steps and bold investments, we could create a healthcare system that Jamaicans could be proud of, a system that not only addresses the needs of today, but is also prepared to meet the challenges of the future. By managing our resources wisely, we have been able to increase the health budget, pay attention to this, by 140% between 2016-27 budget and the 2024-2025 budget. This significant increase has allowed us to fund capital investments in healthcare infrastructure, increase the staff complement across the sector, and expand the delivery of medication and healthcare services to the public. Today, just look around Jamaica. We are making history by renovating and building 4 hospitals simultaneously. This has never happened before. These hospitals are designed to meet international standards, and we will be equipping them with state-of-the-art technology. They represent not only a commitment to improving healthcare access, but also a dedication to providing the best possible environment for patient care and recovery, including our lovely Dr. Barks. Additionally, these improvements and expansion will address long-standing problems such as bed shortages at our nation's hospitals, ensuring that more Jamaicans can receive timely and effective care when they need it. Our primary health care centers, which are the first point of contact for many Jamaicans, were in dire need of attention. We undertook a nationwide renovation program addressing these facilities, from the Anato Bay Health Center in the east to the Hopewell Health Center in the west, from the Spalding Health Center in the south to the Retreat Health Center in the north. People now take pride in going to their health centers in their communities, knowing that they will receive a better quality of care. While physical infrastructure is critical, we must also recognize that no healthcare system can function without a strong, dedicated, and well-supported workforce. The issue of migration has long been a challenge for Jamaica's healthcare system. It is a global phenomenon, and like many other countries, some of our skilled healthcare professionals seek opportunities abroad. Jamaica has been and will continue to be a net exporter of talent to the world. From the construction of the Panama Canal to the rebuilding of European cities after World War II, and now in contemporary times, teachers, nurses, doctors, professors, Jamaica continues to provide talent to the world. We are now at a time, however, where Jamaica needs all its talent. The historical driver for the migration of our talent was the fact that we were not able to absorb all the talent we produce locally. But what has changed? What has changed is that since our independence, you now have a government that is laser-like focused on developing the country's economy. Professor Figueroa, I will make an observation. The Jamaican populace, the Jamaican electorate, does not always make the connection between a robust economy and the provision of the services, the infrastructure, the needs, and the wants of the people. Somehow in our public discourse, there is a unhinging, a detachment in the minds of the people from the government's ability to fix roads, give scholarships, provide buses, buy garbage trucks, build hospitals, build schools, pay public sector workers more, and what we produce. The discussion is as if by the snap of a finger, all the challenges that have plagued us, not just since our independence, but even before our independence, that somehow there is a private reserve of funds somewhere where the leaders of the country are siphoning it away or not using it to the benefit of the people. But there is never a real interrogation by our electorate, by our people, into how we actually create. I'm going to use this word that somehow we look at it in different ways, wealth. Because when we mention that word, wealth is for somebody else. Wealth is for the rich. But how do we create national wealth for the benefit of everyone? And how do we get governments that do this, that focus on this, rather than governments that just promise? That is where the conversation has to be, but that is not where the conversation is. So if you listen to public discourse, we hear the complaints about health care. There's no bed here, this hospital is falling down. Problems with public transportation, the roads. But never a real interrogation of why the situation is as it is, because it is not just today that Jamaica didn't have enough beds in its hospitals. It is not just today that potholes are in our roads. It's not just today. If you go back, which I've been doing, and just search the archives, it's so easy to do now, the very complaints that are made today are the same complaints that were being made 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So then the question can't be the lack of. The question must be, why is it that we have faced these continuous lack of service, lack of infrastructure development? And this generation coming up, who we're giving scholarships to, you have to change the discourse if Jamaica is to change. Because it is the people who elect the government. And if the people don't elevate their understanding of the problems, they will elect governments that continue the problem. So, what is it that has changed? Why this administration is able to gather in this massive hall with standing room only and provide scholarships, almost $500 million of scholarship, commitment for the next 3 years. 5 years. You get to a minister. Commitment for the next 5 years. What has changed? And this provision is not from borrowing. It's not a grant from our partners who have been so kind to us over these many years. It is from the national budget, the national wealth. Because you finally elected a government that is focused on the economic engine. Everything you hear critical of the government, okay, I just listen to them. But not one criticism can stand against the government's management of the economy. And it is the management of the economy that is going to deliver the national wealth, that is going to, as we have started to do, give the scholarships that are going to get you trained to be able to provide the service in healthcare. We have to put some conditions on it because the economy is expanding. We need you in the economy. So at this point, we can't export our health services, our health professionals as much as before. So we are making the investment. And at the same time, we are building 4 hospitals, repairing clinics, making investment in health technology. And at the same time, we are building several police stations, making investments in national security. And at the same time, we are making massive investments in roads and highways. And at the same time, we are making investments in buses. At the same time, we are making investments in garbage collection. At the same time, we are making investments in urban development. Come on, man. In the last 40 years, no other administration could claim or even dream of doing what this administration is doing. Will it change overnight? Will I just snap my fingers and every hospital will have enough beds and, we're overnight? It takes time. It takes time. Now, where are we in terms of it takes time? We will have to pivot. We will have to keep the economic gains, keep the economy going strong, keep the economic engine going. But now we have to focus on productivity. There's a reason why we are making this investment. Minister Tufton will tell you that the shortage of healthcare personnel is having a significant impairing impact on the ability of the state to deliver healthcare. So we have to be strategic and instrumental in investing in you. But there is also another reason, and that is we can't grow the economy if the labor force is not healthy. So this is a part of our growth strategy. If our labor force is not healthy, our productivity will be low. If every minute people have to be taking sick leave, if high absenteeism, people just can't perform at their best, then our productivity will fall. So this investment is also about improving our productivity. So we have solved the economic issues. We have put in place strong fiscal management of the country, meaning managing our expenditures, managing our taxation, managing our revenues. We have put in place strong monetary policies, managing exchange rate, money supply, interest rates, those kinds of things. The next step now is to go into the more granular microeconomic things. How do we get our labor force to be more productive? And those questions are answered in several ways. We have to train them better so that they have more skills, right? So that all of you here who will be trained, you are going to help to increase the national productivity. We have to make sure that our labor force is healthy, right? And we have to improve the management of the labor force. We have to expose the labor force to better tools and technology. And all of those things together will improve productivity. So I want you to appreciate this investment by the government within the national context. You are playing an important part in national development. I know that some of you may balk at the prospect of having to sign a bond. And some of you may say, well, I'm just going to participate in this, get the training, and as soon as I get my letter of acceptance overseas, I pay off the bond and I'm gone. I know, but I encourage you not to do that. We need you. We need you. And for the first time in a long time, remaining in Jamaica, working in Jamaica will be rewarding. Your efforts will yield results. It is a long struggle, but we are at the point now where we are starting to see the benefits. Keep faith in your country. Continue to invest in your country. Jamaica will become the place that you will choose to work, to live, to raise your family, to do business, and retire in paradise. It is an important aspect of our health care. Care. Minister Tufton spoke about it. We're going to give you the best hospitals, we're going to give you the best technology, the best equipment, steadily improve your pay. But healthcare is nothing without the care. That empathetic touch, that understanding voice, that patient response. So I urge all of you who are in healthcare, even as you improve your productivity, you also must improve this intangible element of the service, which is the care. The truth is that when I visit the hospitals and people tackle me about the healthcare service, yes, they tell me about medicines, and they tell me about beds, but they also tell me that they get roughed up, that they are ignored, people don't pay attention to them. And this is the care element. Right? This is not to take away from the pressures that the professionals are under, because the areas are cramped, hot, and the conditions are oftentimes miserable. But we ask you, as you go through your training, that you must develop this sense of caring for the patients. That's indeed a part of the productivity of the service that you gain. So I close by saying, it takes cash to care. And in the words of another prime minister, we put people first. So we have to give the cash in healthcare to make it easier for you to put people first. And that is what we're doing. We're making the investment, we're putting the cash where it matters in healthcare. And we expect you to put people first. And indeed, that could very well describe all that this government is doing. We're creating the engine to generate the cash to provide the services so that we can genuinely put people at the center of the development matrix. We will fix the economy, generate the wealth, the national wealth necessary, and we will spend that wealth on the people. we will develop Jamaica into the place of choice that you all would wish to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best on your personal journey of self-development, and I encourage you to keep true to Jamaica and to maintain your love and your loyalty for Jamaica. God bless you, and God bless Jamaica, land we love.
All right, another time for our Prime Minister. And of course, after such an inspiring speech, we need a selfie moment wherein our leaders are, they're high tech, right? So we invite everybody to stand up, and we're going to do a selfie.
See how upset her.
Everybody take out your phone. This is Jamaica, right? This is Ministry of Health. We have to be moving. So I want OPS. Yes, we need you as well. So everybody take out your phone. We're going to all take a selfie. Everybody take a selfie. Get moving. I'm going to give you the hashtag when we're done. We're going to post it. We're going to blast social media. Put your hand up, everybody. With the music. Here we go. Hands up, everybody. Stretch. Yes, this is Jamaica Moves. Ministry of Health. The PM taking out his phone. All right, there you have it. Anybody winning? We're going to present the awards right now. Are we winning? All right, please, another hand for our Prime Minister and our Minister of Health and Wellness. The things they make me do, CMO, right? This is the best part of the job, is it? We have to enjoy every moment, right, CMO? We're enjoying every moment. And of course, it's now time to present the awards. I don't hear no excitement. Parents are ready for the awards? Yes, we are ready. I'm still wondering why the parents are more excited than the awardees. Awardees, wagwan funa. All right, they are ready. And so I'm going to invite our Chief Medical Officer to help us. We're going to award persons in their categories. So we're not presenting all 600 awards today, right, PM? No, we're not. So we're going to invite representatives from each of the 13 areas to come up to be presented. And of course, I'll ask our PM and our Minister later on to make some of the presentations as well. But our Chief Medical Officer. So we're going to present to the representatives from radiography. And of course, we're giving out 21 awards. So at this time, I invite on stage Kobe Colleen Thompson, Dacia Smith, and Dacia Ann Lyons to quickly come on stage as we present. And all the other persons who are studying radiography, you can stand to be acknowledged at this time. One more time for the students studying radiography. Next, we're going to invite Alicia Hutchinson and Denise Buckley, and they're representing, Stacey Mo, they're representing physical therapy. And all the students studying physical therapy, please stand to be acknowledged. As well, keep the applause coming. All together. All right, so the next category is midwifery. We're going to invite Tajwani Senior, Brittany Richards, stay CMO, and Ramona Wilson Grant. All the persons studying midwifery, you can stand to be acknowledged. One more time for the students who are studying midwifery, we're spending $3.9 million to those students. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you, CMO. I'm going to invite Mrs. Yvonne Wint to please help us with these presentations to our biomedical students. Michael Whittingham, Darian Coburn, Gabriel Sibley. Please make your way to be presented with the award. And all the students who are studying. Another hand for them. Next up are students studying pharmacy. Tavon Banton, Amoy Thompson, Lejean Anderson, and all the students, all the pharmacy students, where you at? Stand up and be acknowledged. All right, yes. Yes. We have 22 students in pharmacy. What them there? What them there? The 22 students who are receiving their $1 million scholarship each. $1 million, each of you. Next, our students our recipients studying environmental health. All right, they're here. Alethea Fief and Janelle Samuels. Our recipients for environmental health. And all the students who are studying environmental health, this is your moment. This is your time. You can stand to be acknowledged. Thank you very much, and congratulations. Thank you very much, Mrs. Wint. Thank you. I'm going to invite Prof. Peter Figueroa to please make this presentation to the students who are studying medical technology. Abigail Brown, Dana Simpson, Paula Dixon. Congratulations to all our recipients for medical technology. I don't want the scholarship. Wait, I want to move faster than that. Time is money, right? Money is time. Money is going. And we have 12 recipients in this category. $7.3 million. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you. We're going to invite our minister. Thank you, Prof. Figueroa. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know you want to give out all the monies, right? Thank you so much. But our minister will come now to present to our lone student who is studying dietetics. She alone get the money, She won't get the money. It's Brianna Listen to this last name. Brianna Dunstan. Brianna Dunstan, the sole recipient, studying dietitian. She get the whole million. She's got it. It's hers. She got it. We're going to invite the medical physics recipients now, Ricardo Anderson and Jadine Leslie, to come and represent your group. And these are the only two recipients. So they're representing their group. And they get $1 million each. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister. I'm going to invite our Prime Minister, sir, if you would, to make these final presentations to our recipients studying medicine. Well, let me check my numbers. 185 students. So Yannick Jackson, Natasha Evans, Anthony Clark. Yes, sir. $185 million. $1 million each. Let me see if this group, PM, please stay. Let me see if this group is loud on our nursing. So please welcome Javanisha, Sybil, O'Keefe, Matheson, Regina, Kirkpatrick, and 174 nursing scholarships. Did I hear the nurses? I didn't hear them. All right, this group going to get louder now. Dentistry. Just two more. Yeah. So I'm going to invite Colleen Graham, Tonya Taff, and Melissa Han. Please come and accept your scholarship. And all the dentistry students be acknowledged. We're awarding 55 scholarships. And you get $1 million each. And our final area is social work. Yes. Amanda Pitt, Anita Riley, Lacey Anderson. Please come forward to be acknowledged. And all the 13 recipients of this scholarship. Over $9 million. I don't hear the $9 million clap. Thank you very much. Thank you, PM. And that's over $400 million, right? Let's hear it for all the awardees. And there's a special lady, a special recipient, and she is going to respond on behalf of all the awardees. So at this time, I welcome Miss Samoya Blake. She's a second-year medical student.
Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Stephen Davidson, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, ON, PC, MP, Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, MP, Minister of Health and Wellness, Mr. Dunstan Bryan, Permanent Secretary, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie, CD, Chief Medical Officer, Mrs. Yvonne Wint and family members, Professor Peter Figueroa, Professor of Public Health, Directors and Executives of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Executives of Health-related associations, members of the Scholarship Awards Committee, fellow distinguished awardees, parents and families representing the awardees, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the more than 600 recipients of the Dr. Barrington Wint Memorial Scholarship, I stand before you with immense gratitude. Today, we gather not only to celebrate our achievements, but also to honor the legacy of a remarkable man whose contributions have left an indelible mark on Jamaica's healthcare landscape. We are profoundly grateful for this recognition and the opportunity it brings. First and foremost, let us take a quick moment to honor the late Dr. Barrington Wint. Dr. Wint's selfless service to the healthcare sector in Jamaica and the region has set the bar high, and we are deeply grateful for the path he has paved for us. Let us pause for a moment of applause in his memory. We must also recognize our present-day healthcare champion, Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton. Minister Tufton, your visionary leadership, tireless dedication, innovative and creative approach has significantly elevated the standards of health services in our country. The very fact that we stand here today as the recipients of this prestigious award is a testament to your commitment to nurturing the future of healthcare in Jamaica. Your dedication to making Jamaica a healthier nation resonates deeply with us, and we are incredibly grateful for the support and the opportunities you have provided. We are inspired by your example and motivated to contribute to a healthier, stronger nation under your guidance. Thank you, Minister, for all that you do. This scholarship is more than an acknowledgement of our achievements. It is a call to action. It reminds us of the responsibilities we bear and the trust placed in us to carry forward the legacy of excellence in health. We are deeply appreciative of the resources and opportunities provided, and we pledge to pursue our education and careers with renewed zeal, ensuring that we uphold the values that this award represents. We are eager to contribute to the ongoing transformation of healthcare in our country and to play our part in realizing the vision for a healthier Jamaica. We also extend our sincerest thanks to the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, our Prime Minister. We know you are invested in our future and the future of Jamaica, and so we are fully committed to being the hands and feet of your efforts to advance healthcare in our nation. As we embark on this journey, we pledge to serve with excellence and compassion, knowing that the future of healthcare in Jamaica is bright. Prime Minister, we will make you proud. This is our promise. Finally, we must acknowledge the tireless efforts of those who continue to serve on the front line of our healthcare system. To our health leaders, Permanent Secretary Bryan, CMO, Dr. Bisesa Mackenzie, the entire team at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, including our medical doctors, our nurses, and our healthcare professionals. Your dedication and hard work have not gone unnoticed. We see and recognize how much you pour into making Jamaica a leader in healthcare, and we stand ready to join you in this mission. Fellow awardees, let us stand and show our appreciation to this exceptional team for their unwavering commitment to our future. You guys can sit. Thank you, guys. As we move forward, we carry with us the legacy of Dr. Barrington Wint, the guidance of our leaders, and the promise of a healthier Jamaica. We will pursue our studies and careers with a spirit of excellence and stand committed to advancing healthcare in Jamaica. On behalf of all the awardees today, I want to say a big thank you, and may God bless us all as we strive to make a positive difference in the lives we touch. God bless you.